This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Postgame reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sob like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Knicks are back below 500, 22-23 on the season as they lose, or after they lose, to the Minnesota Timberwolves, 112-110. They had chances to win it, ladies and gentlemen. They just did not capitalize. We got to find a way to pull these things out in the clutch. Julius Randle missed free throws in the clutch. R.J. Barrett missed a free throw in the clutch. Got to be able to do it, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be able to do it. We did not do it tonight. Listen, if anybody tells you this is a team that you are definitely supposed to beat, they're telling you a lie. It's not. But when the game is in your hands, you got to take it. The game was in the Knicks' hands, and they did not take it. Nobody to blame but themselves. You could talk about D'Angelo Russell pushing R.J. Barrett all you want. I don't care. You hit your free throws, you probably win this basketball game. What else can we say about that? 24 for 33 from the line. 72.7%. The Knicks haven't been a good free throw shooting team all season long. I mean, that's not terrible, but down the stretch, you got to make your free throws. Julius Randle didn't even want to shoot the free throws. I could see it in his eyes. I thought he was going to miss the second one. But on the first one, he went to the basket. He kicked it out to Alec Burks. He got fouled. And he knew he was going to the line for 2. But he was shaking his head like, just let the pass go. That's what he wanted. He wanted Alec Burks to knock down that 3, which he did. But I don't think Julius Randle wanted to go to the line because he wasn't confident that he was going to knock down both, and he did not. We got to capitalize on these things, ladies and gentlemen. Minnesota's a tough team. There's no doubt about it. They're scrappy. They play tough defense. They got offensive talent. They never let up. It's the reason why I like Pat Beverly and think that, what's going on in Minnesota with the way that they play basketball, he could help that to happen here in New York. People look at me crazy every time I mention Pat Beverly's name, but that's the reason why. Tough team, tough loss. Knicks lost 2 in a row now against 2 teams that, you can say the games are winnable. You're not going to sit here and say you're supposed to beat these teams, but they're definitely winnable. Definitely 2 winnable games, and the Knicks dropped them both back below 500, ladies and gentlemen. Still in the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference. Let's talk about it. I got Big Bubba in the building, Tony Crow in the building. We're going to go ahead and break this one down. Tony Crow, what's popping with you, my man? How you feeling?
What's good, Sam? What's good, Big Bubba? No Blackest Time. Not feeling good about this game. All right, let me start off by saying I do think this is the kind of game that could propel us, as crazy as it sounds, because it was a good game. Mm-hmm. The Knicks played a good game up until down the stretch when it mattered the most. So let me start by saying that, but now I got to lay into the Knicks. Randle, everybody's saying you're not the #1 guy on the championship team. I'm one of the guys that say he still has time to become that. He's still growing. He's still learning and becoming a better player. But #1, if you're trying to be that guy, you got to hit free throws down the stretch.
You got to hit them.
It's becoming a habit now. It's not even like, oh, he missed one tonight. No, we've seen it over and over again. I think RJ came into this game I think he had it circled on the calendar. I think the whole team knew it. And him not performing, I think that was bad tonight. Fournier played good. Great stretches. Burks, did he score tonight? He had one free throw, I believe.
He didn't zero
points. 0 points.
I mean, come on, Swiss Army knife, but you gotta score. You're a bucket getter first. It was a tough loss. They played hard, but something got to give. Like they got to learn from this one, for real.
Yeah. Tough loss, man. 18 turnovers for the Knicks. I expected turnovers, though. In the last game, we had 15 turnovers against this team. They're scrappy and tough. They get their hands on a lot of basketballs. You're going to turn the ball over, but you got to protect it when it counts. And you got to make your shots when it counts. They didn't shoot bad, but they didn't knock them down when it counted. You know what I mean? Big Bubba, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? What's going on, Sam? What's going on, chat? I mean, I know we were talking earlier, but I mean, look, the Knicks play with effort, yes. But these kind of games bother me the most because it just, I hate when I could take when a team just beats us. I could take that. That ain't, you did your best. But I hate when the Knicks beat themselves. Again, if RJ Barrett hits at least 4 or 5 of his free throws, we win the game. Randall makes your free throws, we win the game. I do want to say
if he makes his free throws down the stretch, we win the game. Down the stretch.
He went 9 for 11.
Because he was not, but he didn't make it when it counted. He didn't make it when it counted.
Don't do that. Don't,
he didn't make it when it counted. He didn't make it when it counted.
Hold on. Let me flip.
He was 9 for 11, but he didn't make it when it counted. Go ahead, Isaiah.
Yeah, so it's like, look, right, I wholeheartedly think RJ overthunk tonight. I definitely think, like you said, Tony, I think he circled his game, which I personally, I'm a competitive person myself. I would have did it too. But I think we see.
Competitive.
Huh?
You said you a competitive person?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a matchup circle. Don't you worry.
Okay. All right. I ain't even going to go there. I'm going to let you finish. I don't know how competitive you are, but go ahead. Competitive in what? Competitive in what?
Don't you worry.
Go ahead. Finish up. Finish up.
I'm gonna get my lick back. Look, right. I think the officiating, I'm not gonna blame the rest. The officiating was horrible tonight, especially that last play with RJ. He clearly got pushed off by D'Lo when he was trying to secure the rebound, but they didn't call it. But again, right, you can't let some guys, again, we talk about it all the time. We can't let whatever his name, Noel, just kill you in the fourth quarter. You got to make your free throws, and you got to be disciplined. To me, we were in the bonus. They were in the bonus with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That's discipline. Again, there were some calls where you like, it was ticky-tacky, a few, but it was just no discipline for the Knicks, not making your free throws, and then, again, RJ with 7 turnovers, man. I love the kid to death. But you just can't do that.
Well,
it just killed the Knicks.
Well, listen, when we're asking for the guy to have the ball in his hands more, that's going to happen. This is what we asked for. We asked for him to. Everyone complained about Julius Randle having turnovers. The ball was in it, with the ball in his hands and this and that. When you're asking for RJ to have the ball in his hands, he's going to have more turnovers. That's the nature of the game when you have the ball in your hands more. Sorry. It's the nature of the game. You're going to turn the ball over more because you're being asked to do more with the basketball. It just is what it is. That's the nature of the basketball game. It's what we asked for. It's what we asked for.
Also, I'm gonna say one more thing too. I just thought their rotations were horrible, and his substitutions sucked. Me personally. I'm sorry. People are not gonna
you're talking about Alec Burks. You're talking about Alec Burks. You wanted to have
Yes. I am talking about Alex Burks.
Because he only had 3 points. Because he had 0 points. So you wanted to have Quentin Grimes in instead of Alec Burks.
I'd rather have Quentin Grimes in. I really would have.
I mean, they played the same amount of minutes. Quentin Grimes made 1 more basket than Alec Burks. Tom Thibodeau's going to go with the guy who has proven that who is a little bit more proven.
Oh my God!
Bottom line, that's the way that it is. That's the way that it is. Like it or not, you already know that's what Tom Thibodeau's going to do. I don't think. Listen, I'm sorry. Everyone's looking for the scapegoat. The scapegoat is the team.
No, but Sim, it's not the team. Hold on,
the scapegoat is the team. Let me get this Savvy. It's on you, bro.
Zay, trust. I feel you, family. I feel you. I'm pissed off. I'm upset. Sim says that we can't say that we should have won this game, but I feel different. We should have won this game. We gave it up down the stretch, and we should not have given it up down the stretch the way that we did.
That's not what I said, though. That's not what I said.
It was something like that, Sim. Come on.
I said we shouldn't have come into this game expecting to win. I said it's winnable, expecting to win. Okay. But down the stretch, we gave up the game. Yes, we should have been able to pull this game out. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm wrong. You're right, my brother. I was wrong. You are correct. I apologize for the misquote, okay? My issue, there's blame to go around for this team.
It is.
We did a lot of horrible things tonight. The only things that happened that were outside of our control was that the game got physical, and then physicality became a problem because they called the foul on Taj Gibson. That to me probably leave that one alone. He shouldn't have fouled out. Mitch fouled out earlier than he should have. We should have been more careful in the early parts of the game. He was cooking. He got in foul trouble. He fouled out. That's on the rest of the team for not helping that man on defense. He should not be guarding wings and guards on the drive to the basket. We didn't plug up the driving lanes the way that we should have. Okay? Nobody was hitting free throws tonight except for Immanuel Quickley. Okay? Except for Julius Randle, right? Okay. Down the stretch, Julius missed his, but Immanuel and Julius did well. Down the stretch, though, we made a lot of bad decisions, and probably between the 9-minute mark and the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter is where we lost the game because we let them come back. We didn't score for like a full 3 minutes, it seemed like. They went on a 10-point run, and pretty soon it became a shootout. We gave it to Evan Fournier on that last possession, and he didn't need to get the ball that time because there was already a defender there blocking his space. He had to drive the ball because he had no other options. Yeah. If he would have pulled that shot up, it would have been a contested three.
See, I disagree. I wanted either Kemba or Evan Fournier with the ball at that time. The reason being is if they penetrate and get fouled, I was confident that they could hit the free throws. I'm nervous with Julius Randle going to the free throw line in those moments, and I'm nervous with RJ Barrett going to the free throw line in those moments.
I am too, but I mean, it was a quick spin and pass, so maybe there wasn't enough time to assess the space that Fournier had. In my opinion, in that situation, if Fournier gets a good look at the basket, shoot the three, we either lose or win. We're not going to tie it up. Okay? But I don't like Fournier driving to the basket because I feel like everybody knows he's not going to finish that. I knew he wasn't going to finish that. And I didn't feel like our chances were good at drawing the foul in that situation because if I'm the coach, I'm like, just don't foul. By any means, just don't foul. And then Berg, he tried with that three, but I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I don't know, man. Tough loss. It's definitely a tough loss by the New York Knicks. It's no doubt.
Let Josh go so he can kill RJ Barrett.
Go ahead, Josh.
I'm actually not because no, I'm not because Sim said it best. It's the team lost. I just find it very funny. And good evening to everyone. I just find it very funny that when RJ Barrett has 7 turnovers, all of a sudden, not saying anyone here, but people in the chat are going to say it's a team loss, right? It's a team loss. We lose the team, right? But when Randall's turning the ball over, it's Julius Randle this, Julius Randle that. And this is the double standard that I've been saying since day one. It's a complete double standard. And Sam, I know you're not saying that. I agree with you. It's definitely a team loss. And I think the difference in this ball game tonight was when Mitchell Robinson and Taj Gibson got fouled out. That's literally the difference in the ball game. You put Julius Randle on Karl-Anthony Towns at the end of the game, and there's nobody in the paint to block shots. Or to really defend Karl-Anthony Towns like that. And, that's a winnable matchup for Karl-Anthony Towns on Julius Randle. I think that's literally the difference in the ball game, from the Knicks winning or losing that ball game, if they still have Taj or Mitchell Robinson in there. Obviously, 7 turnovers is not going to cut it, right? Turnovers are definitely going to hurt us. We had 18 total today. RJ had 7, right? Not saying it's on him. The game is not on him because to me, I think this was team. Like there's a lot of blame to go around. Right, but those turnovers were big, particularly 2 in the final 10 possessions of the game. Knicks' final 10 possessions: miss, free throw, make free throw, turnover, miss free throw, make free throw, miss. Those are the final 10 possessions of the game for the Knicks. Right, so there's a lot of blame to go around. I'm not going to blame RJ specifically for those 7 turnovers. Right, I'm just saying there's a complete double standard here. If that was Randle that turned the ball over 7 times, the fans would be up in arms. But because it's RJ, a lot of people, right, not saying you, Tim, but a lot of people want to say that, it's a clear team loss. There's a lot of blame to go around. So that's all I'm saying.
But there's evidence to that, though. I see the double standard that you're talking about, but there's evidence to the fact that it's a team loss. I didn't like some of the rotations either.
I mean,
rotations as far as, listen, you put Obi Toppin in that ball game. You put Obi Toppin in that ball game. Obi Toppin's not stopping these guys from the Timberwolves. I'm sorry. Fans want to chant Obi all they want. Obi Toppin's not making a difference in that ball game.
I like what prove the counterfactual. You can't prove the counterfactual. A counterfactual. It didn't happen. Therefore, you can't say what would have or would not have happened as a result of something that didn't happen because we don't have the luxury of being able to have seen.
So why would you say you hate the rotations then?
So that goes the same way because you can't prove that if Obi was in the game that he would have made a difference or anybody else. You can't prove either way.
That's a fact.
Okay. Let's not dabble in hypothetical and in the hypothetical realm then. Okay,
so why did you say you hate the rotations then? Why say you hate the rotations?
Because I didn't agree with the rotations.
my big
shout out to 1975.
Are you serious?
Shout out to 1975. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me shout out my man 1975 Jan Rock. He says, "Sorry, Sim. Some of those RJ turnovers were ridiculous. I'm not excusing any turnover that he had. That's not my point. That's not my point. What I'm saying is, if you ask for the ball to be in his hands more, expect more turnovers. Sometimes you're going to hate the turnovers, and you're going to think they're ridiculous, but expect more because that's what comes along with having the ball in your hand. Any player in the NBA, if they have the ball in their hands more and they're doing more creation, they're going to turn it over more because now you're asking them to take chances on other people catching the ball. If I pass you the ball and you don't catch it, it's my turnover.
Okay,
right?
listen.
Hold up. If you want a player to have the ball in their hands and the shot clock runs out with the ball in their hands, it's their turnover. Right? So when you're asking a player to do more, expect for it to be more turnovers. And let's not get mad at them when they do have more turnovers because it's going to happen.
Sam, look at the numbers. Wait. The players who are high usage in the NBA are also the top leaders in turnovers. It's across the NBA. So, yes, that's what you're going to get when you have a guy with the ball in his hands a lot. And that's the same thing I've been telling you guys about Julius Randle. It's the same thing. Yeah, Julius Randle can give you 3 turnovers a game, 3.5 turnovers per game. But it's because he has the ball in his hands a lot. Across the league, it's the same exact way.
Very true. Let me just say 2 quick things. Number one, when I said what I said earlier about the rotations, I never said Obi Toppin's name once. So let's not assume who.
So what rotations are you talking about?
Okay,
right. What are you talking about?
And number 2, right? Okay, all right. You see the assumptions here. I think. Number two, I have a proposal to make about a policy on this show. If we're going to jab at people with takes, I want someone to name names. Josh. Okay, you be coming on here saying, "Oh, Knicks fans this, Knicks fans that." People in the chat this. Name a name. Name a name, brother.
Well, first of all, wait, hold on.
Man, this man is Navy.
Hey,
Who you scared?
I'm gonna go out on a ledge and agree with Savvy, because I didn't agree with the rotations either, and I wasn't thinking about Obi. I was thinking more about Sims, just because we needed height. I thought against Karl Anthony Towns. Yes, it's a rookie. Yes, it was unlikely, but that was my thought. And Randall is better playing off-ball defense, help defense. So I thought he could have probably got the block as a help defender more likely than him guarding him one-on-one. So that was my thinking, and that was I agree that's a team loss, but I think Tibbs made some misjudgments as well tonight. I think he made some mistakes too.
I mean,
I think and I think it's fair to call it out if you think so. I may be wrong, but you know what I mean.
I do want to say this again, because we talked about it before the show a little bit. Again, I've said, to me, Thibs has not been a good coach this year. I thought his substitutions have been bad this year when he puts certain players in for certain other players. Again, to me, the big thing what happened with me was like, I didn't like. I want people to know that when the fans were chanting Obi, I didn't want Obi in the game. I wanted Quentin Grimes in the game because, again, Brooks has literally didn't give you anything this game. See, but this is the part that kills me with Tom Thibodeau. Hold on.
Saying Grimes didn't either.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
But hey, he played better defense than him. He played better defense. My thing is, Sim, no, Sim, don't do that. Don't do the. But Brooks didn't have it tonight. But my whole thing is this, right? I hate when people be like, Tom Thibodeau is this, he's in his dungeon. He don't mess with nobody. All he do is breathe basketball. But to me, can't see that in the game that Brooks ain't giving it to you tonight. Like, he's not giving it to you.
With Grimes?
Grimes is playing defense.
Grimes was playing defense? Okay, what was Grimes giving you?
Was.
What was Grimes giving you on the floor?
He was giving you defense. He was giving you effort, bro. Are you serious? Come on. I know we watched the same game, Josh. I know we did because Burks wasn't doing nothing tonight. He literally did nothing tonight.
Listen, the point is the Knicks they had no centers in the game, no shot blocking centers in the game. You put Grimes out there, it still wouldn't matter. That's the point. The point is the Knicks lost two of their centers, and they had Julius Randle playing small ball 5 on Karl Anthony Towns. That's what lost in the game.
So you could have played Obi. You could have played Obi. You could have had Jericho Sims in there. You could have.
Okay, listen.
Really?
Let me go ahead and get to the box scores. Get some things under control. Trav B. Ryan said R.J. Barrett cost us the game. I disagree. I don't think R.J. Barrett cost us the game. You know what I mean? I don't think one individual cost us the game. It was a team effort. And as far as
the officiating helped.
As far as what Tony was saying about Tom Thibodeau. Yeah, everybody has blame to go around. Tom Thibodeau makes mistakes every single game. Every coach does. You know what I'm saying? But, everybody's like fired.
Sam, you always do this for him. I don't
do it for what? I mean, it's just every time we win, it's all kumbaya and everybody's good. Every time we lost, there's got to be a scapegoat.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be a scapegoat. It can't be that the team just didn't do what they had to do. They just didn't handle business that night. It's got to be a scapegoat, and I just disagree with that whole premise that there has to be a scapegoat. There's enough blame to go around. Coach Tom Thibodeau's going to make mistakes. The players are going to make mistakes. That's just the way that basketball goes.
You never ripped Tom Thibodeau, Sam.
You never rip RJ.
What?
You never rip RJ.
No, that's not true. That is not true. Stop it.
If I don't believe he makes a right decision, I say it. I don't have to rip him. I don't have to say, oh my gosh, he sucks. Fire him today.
Can I draw a similarity here? I see a similarity in the form of the mistakes that are being made by two players when they are given the ball to take up the court.
Hold on, Savvy. Let me get to the box scoring stuff because we got all the way past that. You know what I mean? Okay. Big Bubba comes in with the big lemonade shirt on, got us all riled up. You know what I'm saying?
I knew.
Coming in looking like a big school bus or something. Anyway, for the New York Knicks tonight, Evan Fournier, 27 points for the New York Knicks tonight. Shot 10 for 17 from the field, 5 for 10 from the three-point line. Shot well. He was 100% from the foul line. That's the reason why I wanted the ball in his hands on that last shot. In the event that he got fouled, I'm more confident that he's going to hit his free throws than Julius Randle or R.J. Barrett. Julius Randle tonight, 21 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. He was 9 for 11 from the free throw line, but he missed them when it counted. And those are the ones that you need. He missed them when it counted. Julius Randle also had 4 blocks tonight and 3 steals. Played a good basketball game, but we gotta finish the game out. And like Tony said, you know, you're trying to be that number one guy. You're trying to elevate your status to that number one guy in the league. You got to be able to finish it out with knocking down your free throws. R.J. Barrett, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 turnovers for R.J. Barrett. There's no doubt about it. A lot of turnovers. You don't need them. It's going to happen. Kemba Walker, 19 points, 4 assists. After that, nobody else in double digits. Mitchell Robinson, 8 points. Alec Burks, 0. Taj Gibson, 5. Quentin Grimes, 3. Immanuel Quickley, 6. Obi Toppin, 4. Tough physical basketball game, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it was. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, they were led by Anthony Edwards. He had 21 points, shot 47% from the field, but he only shot 22% from 3. He came into the game shooting like 48% from the three-point line. He only shot 22% tonight. Karl Anthony Towns, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 50% from the field, 50% from the three-point line, 85% from the free throw line. D'Angelo Russell, 17 points, 4 assists. Malik Beasley had 10 points. Jalen Noel, he had 14 points. And, you know, people can walk around saying, don't let a guy named Jalen Noel beat you. We don't know who he is, whatever. He did the same thing against the Golden State Warriors last night or whenever they played. He got busy. He's a guy that can play basketball.
It don't matter how famous he is. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even like that train of thought.
He's a guy that can play basketball. But you know, people always do that when there's somebody that they don't know who they are. You know, they're like, we can't let this guy. He's a no-name brand guy. But it don't matter. They're in the NBA.
Those people only watch the Knicks.
They're in the NBA to make a name. That's the box score for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You can see. I mean, listen, the Knicks, they shot well from the field, 46.3% from the field, 31% from the three-point line. 31% from the three-point line isn't great, you know, but Minnesota didn't shoot that much better from the free throw line, from the three-point line. Tough game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go over those stats in a little bit. We'll get to a couple of phone calls, probably do some more arguing. You know what I mean? Because, you know, there's a lot to argue about. But let me get to a couple of phone calls and we'll get back to it. Some people are going to log off because they don't want to hear us argue. Caller, you live. Tell me your name and where you're from, please.
Panel, what's up? It's Gavin from Duval County. How y'all doing?
What's going on, my man? How you feeling, bro?
What's good, Gavin?
Gavin, the person is great. Gavin, the Knicks fan, is very frustrated. I think tonight, my 2 biggest keys to this game, which ended up being the determining factors, was one, Mitch had to stay out of foul trouble. I don't believe that Tibbs made the right call with bringing him back into the game with 9.5 left with 5 fouls when all of his fouls tonight came from switching. There's no reason that, and that's also on the team to his rotation. There's no reason why Mitch should be guarding wing players at all with 5 fouls. And again, like I said, I think it was a bad decision for Tibbs to bring him in with that much time left on the clock. And the second thing was free throws. Any game inside 6 to 8 points in the NBA, I always look at how many free throws do you miss. And I think tonight, and I'm not specifically pointing at Randall, but in this instance, like, you can't be talking all that ish if when the game comes down to it and the team needs you most to hit something clutch, you can't hit it. But other than that, I think those are the 2 biggest things. And then, Tim, you're a coach. What is the golden rule when it comes to cross-court passes?
You don't throw them.
We don't throw them.
I hate cross-court passes.
Go ahead. 7 turnovers by RJ, like you guys said, that's going to come when the ball is in your hand more. But 2 possessions back-to-back. You can't throw a cross-court pass from half-court, mind you, with Anthony Edwards right there. And I just think those were the 2 biggest things. And then the only other thing that I'm going to throw in there is IQ had 2 possessions where he literally dribbled out the shot clock and kicked out with 3 seconds left for contested shots. Like, that can't keep happening. But like I said, it was frustrating. Free throws win ball games. Free throws win ball games. Free throws win ball games, and we didn't do that. And then the last thing I'll say is, Sam, I watched it. Nothing but Knicks versus nothing but bricks. I saw that video, and that killed me. So I will say, Bub, you can't talk. You don't have any right to talk to Sam about that, because that was bad. But you guys have a blessing. Be safe, salute, and keep it up.
Hey, hold on. You're not leaving. No. He's not leaving yet. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you
hear me?
Man.
First of all,
yeah, I can hear you.
That was edited. I tore my ACL 5 minutes before the game.
Actually, it was not edited. Every single shot that I made was actually made. Every single shot that I made.
Let me tell you
put
something.
Up there.
There's
Every single shot he made or missed, I put up there.
There's only 2 people I never lost to, myself and Jesus. So that was edited. I'm gonna tell you right now. And I want we have 497 people with only 99 likes. Come on, people, get them likes up, because we're about to argue. I guarantee this next matchup, me versus Sim, is going to be live. I want it to be live.
And listen, I'm going to tell you
I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on, sir. I'm driving down. I'm not going to say what state he lives in. I'm driving down.
I live in Maryland. Nobody cares.
I'm driving down to Maryland. I will beat Sim. I guarantee it.
Now play the theme song.
Oh, no, God.
We gotta hit him with it. And listen, my man, when this does happen, when the rematch does happen, we're gonna get it set up so that you all can can bet the odds. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to save your money, don't bet on him. Hey, I appreciate your time, man. Appreciate your call.
Y'all have a blessed one. Be safe.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate your call.
A blessed one.
Listen, I mean, I definitely agree, right? Like those type of things, bringing Mitch in a little bit early when he had so many fouls, I get it. No, you probably shouldn't have. But I also do understand as a coach, you get caught in some situations where you got to make a decision. Sometimes you're like, what do I... Listen. My best player, she had 5 fouls in high school, and you're out of there. 4 fouls. It's at the top of the 4th quarter. I needed to bring her back into the game, because if not, I didn't have a chance. What did I do? I brought her back in the game. Sometimes you got to take those chances, and sometimes it's going to be the wrong chance. It's tough. You got to make a lot of decisions, and that's why I say, coaches probably make more mistakes than the players, because you got to make these decisions in the pinch, and you're going to make a lot of wrong ones. You know what I mean? Hopefully you make a lot of right ones. Caller, you live. Tell me your name and where you're from, please.
Hey, what's up? This is Devin from Staten Island.
What's going on, Dev?
Tough game. I was just watching some of the reactions and everything. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right, good. Sorry about that. I was just watching some of the reactions from the game and everything, and the team hate that I've seen from these past games is crazy. I understand after the game we were a little emotional, but we blame RJ, we blame Randall, we blame Tibbs. I understand, yes, the last 2 minutes should have put Obi in, probably make it we played a 4, Rand played a 5. But also blaming Randall for the missed free throws. If he made both those free throws, we would have lost by 1. I mean, that's just math. RJ hits 7 turnovers. That can happen. We missed 8 free throws altogether. All I'm saying is, it has to be a cleaner game from start to finish. Has to be a clean game from start to finish. You can't, if you're blaming it on the last 2 minutes, yes, it's clutch time, but come on, you can't just complain about the last 2 minutes when it's the entire game has to be collectively broken down. That's just what I think about it real quick.
No, I mean, obviously you can't. You can't blame it on the last 2 minutes of the game. There's a whole bunch of stuff that leads up to that last 2 minutes. when you say, if Randall makes the free throw, you still lose by 1. But then the game changes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Different decisions are made when things like that happen. So, it changes everything. You know what I mean? Because now it's 110 to 110 or whatever it was, and they come down, and who knows what they decide to do or what happened. So it changes the game. But I dig what you're saying, though, right? Everything's not gonna. It all doesn't depend on the last 2 minutes. The rest of the game builds up to the last 2 minutes. There's no doubt about that. The Knicks had built like a 7-point lead, sometime in the third quarter. I don't know what their biggest lead was.
Honestly, everything started changing once the fourth started.
Yeah, 9-point lead. The Knicks built up a 9-point lead, right? You build up a 9-point lead, you hope that you can hold it.
Fourth started, Tiz brought in the second crew, IQ, and all them.
Yeah. No doubt about it, man. A lot of things lead up to it. 18 turnovers.
Yeah.
18 turnovers.
Yeah.
Even if you take away RJ's 7, I mean, that's 11. But for the most part, he was probably going to have 2 or 3 anyway. We had 15 turnovers against this team the last time. And this is a team, did they create turnovers? This is a team that creates turnovers. So you've got to be even that much more sharp with the basketball, because this team is going to create turnovers with the way that they play basketball. They get their hands in the passing lane. They get a lot of deflections. You know what I'm saying? They create turnovers. But, hey, my man, I appreciate the time. Appreciate your call, man.
All right, yo, stay safe, everyone.
No doubt. Go on.
Hey, so can I say something?
Yes, sir.
When is it time to start ripping Quickley? Because Lord have mercy, these last couple of games, he has just been absolutely terrible. Even Obi too. Obi hasn't been a non-factor for at least the last 7 games, 6 or 7 games, besides the 11 points he had the other night. But it's just Quickley's just been playing bad, man. He's been playing real bad basketball, because to me, one of the big things that I seen happen was when the fourth quarter happened, when we got the 9-point lead, or when it was 9 or 8 some point, something like that. Like from the beginning of that fourth quarter to literally like 2 minutes in, we had like 3 possessions of 3 straight fouls. Just killed the momentum. It just literally killed the momentum, and they got back within those first 2 minutes of the game. They closed that 9-point lead to they tied the game. I thought that was a big thing, because Quickley and them just, if you look at the plus minus, I think Obi was like -11 or whatever. Quickley was like -18 or something like that. It just, I don't know, man. Like Quickley, this right now is in a very bad funk, and I know we were hoping for him to be a point guard or work his way to that, but listen, man, I get tired of trying to force guys to be point guards on the Knicks.
I mean, listen, Quickley's been up and down all season long. He'll have a 1 or 2 good games, and then not. That's the reason why he's a bench player.
IQ had a -12 plus minus. He had 1 turnover, 0 fouls. Okay, he hit 3 of 4 of his free throws. He hit 50% from the 3. He had 1 of 2 3-pointers that went in. 1 of 2 from the field that went in. He played 9 minutes, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. I think the reason why he didn't play more minutes is because of what I was going to say earlier, where he dribbles the ball, and then if he's going to pass it, he doesn't leave enough time on the shot clock for whoever he's going to pass it to be able to make a prudent decision in the time frame that he gets the ball to maybe make a read or 2 or try to go up or drive to the basket. There's not enough time. He dribbles the ball out, and I feel like that's a similarity that I've seen with other players, but I'm not going to say, because that other player did well tonight, and I have no complaints about them in particular. So I agree with you about IQ lately, but tonight he didn't play enough minutes, and I feel like the reason he didn't play as many minutes is because of that reason right there.
Yeah. Looking at the numbers, of course, the Knicks lost to the Timberwolves 112 to 110. The Knicks have 44 rebounds. They won the rebounding battle. That wasn't enough, obviously. Minnesota Timberwolves had 38 rebounds. Both teams with 21 assists. 10 steals for the Timberwolves, 6 for the Knicks. 6 blocks for the Wolves, 7 for the Knicks. 18 turnovers for the New York Knicks. This is a team that normally only turns the ball over, 12 times per game. 18 times tonight. That makes it difficult. Timberwolves, 12 turnovers. The Timberwolves shot 43% from the field. The Knicks shot 46% from the field. The Knicks also shot 31.6% from the three-point line. The Timberwolves shot 31.7% from the three-point line. The Wolves, 76% from the free throw line, and the Knicks, 72.7% from the free throw line. Points in the paint, 38 for the Timberwolves, 36 for the Knicks. Second chance points, 19 for the Knicks, 16 for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And fast break points, the Wolves had 12, and the Knicks had 7 fast break points. Anthony Edwards led the Minnesota Timberwolves in scoring with 21. The Knicks were led by Evan Fournier with 27. Julius Randle, 9 rebounds for the Knicks. Jared Vanderbilt, 7 for the Wolves. Patrick Beverley led the Wolves with 6 assists, actually. Julius Randle led the Knicks with 9 assists. Jaden McDaniels, 2 blocks for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Julius Randle had 4 blocks for the New York Knicks. The Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, are still in the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference. They are now a full game below the Boston Celtics. The Celtics are 23-22. The Knicks are 22-23. They need to win a couple of games to get back into that play-in, ladies and gentlemen. The Celtics are beginning to play better basketball. The Celtics are 7-3 in the last 10. The Knicks are 5-5 in the last 10. The Knicks have lost 2 in a row. The Celtics have won 2 in a row. The Knicks want to get back in the play of things. They've got to start to really win some basketball games. That's for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They move into the 7th spot in the Western Conference, just 1 game below the Denver Nuggets for the 6th spot. The Nuggets are 22-20. The Timberwolves are now 22-22. And I think the Timberwolves are going to move their way into that 6th spot and might even do a little bit more.
I agree. And D'Lo did a good job leading that charge back against us. So
yeah,
when you got a point guard like that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tony.
Did you say the bench points or no?
No, I didn't. I didn't say the bench points. You got them?
No, I don't. I was just gonna say, because I know the bench didn't do well at all. You could probably just add it up if you got the box score. Because
18.
18 from the bench. I mean, that's more evidence of a team loss. You know what I mean? Like even the bench didn't deliver as normal. I think the starters overall played pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It was just really the down the stretch, the free throws, the turnovers. Now, another thing that why I question Tibbs, or maybe just a question. Why not have the ball in Fournier's hand and Kemba's hand down the stretch, like all the time? And the reason I say that is not only, like you said, they're knockdown free throw shooters, or at least more lockdown at RJ and Randle, but I understand Randall's trying to learn the role of the number 1 guy, right? Mm-hmm. RJ is also trying to define his role as, number 2 or projected number 1, if that's what he feels, whatever the case. The thing with Fournier and Kemba, they've already been that. They've actually been that longer than they haven't. So I would think they should be more comfortable. Like, not for nothing, those are the only 2 guys that really didn't seem rattled tonight. RJ looked rattled at times. Randall looked rattled at times. I'm not even going to talk about the bigs being rattled, but RJ and Randall both, they look rattled. Like you said, when he didn't want to take them free throws, you could see it. There was times with certain matchups, you could see they were avoiding it. I didn't see that from Kemba, calm, collected. And not for nothing, I don't think I've ever really seen him rattled. Same with Fournier. He doesn't get rattled. You know what I mean?
And he was cooking.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the 4th quarter, and I'd have to take a look to see, who did what down the stretch of the 4th quarter. But when I take a look at the 4th quarter, I think Kemba had 6 shot attempts in the 4th quarter, which led the team in shot attempts. Let me see. Kemba had 6 shot attempts. He was 3 for 6. Fournier was 0 for 3. Randall was 2 for 3. And R.J. Barrett was 1 for 4. Now, when those shot attempts came, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Now, here's one thing. In the fourth quarter, only 2 people had assists in the fourth quarter. Kemba Walker had 1 assist, and Julius Randle had 2 assists. We'd have to really look and I'd have to really go back and watch that fourth quarter again so I can really process, who had the ball, who was initiating what. I know there was a lot of Julius Randle and Kemba Walker trying to play a little bit of a 2-man game, playing off each other. Randle a few times bringing in the defense and kicking it out to Kemba, who knocked down a few threes in that fourth quarter. As a matter of fact, Kemba Walker knocked down 3 threes in the fourth quarter. For all intents and purposes, that last play that Randall went to the basket, it worked. He just didn't knock down the free throws. And if they wouldn't have called that foul, we would have got that 3 in the corner. The last bucket, they did go. Well, I don't know if it was the last bucket, but I guess it was the last bucket. They did go to Evan Fournier. But I agree with you. Both of those guys can, have the ball in Kemba's hand. Maybe you can get Fournier coming off screens or whatever, as we're learning more about the team. And maybe this is Tom Thibodeau, too, having to learn about what players, how players are going to react. He should know by now that Julius Randle is not going to be good at knocking down those free throws, when it gets tight, and putting it in the hands, putting the ball in the hands of players who are going to be able to knock down those free throws. But also those players. Hold up. Also, those players got to be able to create a shot. You know what I'm saying? So Kemba, we hope that he's going to continue to be able to create a shot. We don't know if he's going to be able to go off the dribble. So that's, I think, the reason why you see the 2-man game with Kemba and Julius Randle, because Kemba can't really go off the dribble. Fournier, we're hoping we can get him in the lane because, those are the guys that I do believe are going to knock down those free throws when it's tight. I do not trust RJ and Julius Randle in those situations right now, knocking down the free throws. I just don't. Let me get the Big Bubba, or Big Bus if you want to call him that, and then I'll come back to Josh. Go ahead, Big Bus.
I can't wait to beat you, man.
Come on, man. Get to the point. Get to the point. We're losing viewership. Every time you study your way to a point.
So for me, right, it's just that. But what you said was it's frustrating to me, right? Is that you have Tom Thibodeau, this guy that's, again, we talk about all the time. He just eats, breathes basketball. For him not to recognize that, maybe I shouldn't go to Julius Randle on situations down the clutch. Like, to me, this should have been a play that was better suited for Evan Fournier, because that last shot where that fadeaway packed in the paint shot, that wasn't it. I'd rather go to Kemba Walker, who had literally the hot hand in the fourth quarter. The dude hit like 6 shots. They hit 2-3 threes in a row.
But you missed everything that I just said, because Kemba Walker, he's knocking him down from 3 off of Julius Randle creating it for him. Exactly. So you're asking for Kemba Walker to take the shot, but that means you got to involve Julius Randle. You just said you don't want Julius Randle with the basketball in his hands, right? Evan Fournier, it wasn't the greatest shot, but also a lot of his play comes off of Julius Randle. It is the reason why the ball still is in Julius Randle's hands down the stretch, because he helps to create for others. You know what I mean? And those guys aren't great at going one-on-one off the dribble. Julius Randle
Kemba Walker?
How many times do you see Kemba Walker get to the cup by himself?
Come on now. It's still cardiac Kemba.
Bro, okay. Yeah, who's having the cardiac arrest then? That's what I want to know. Because hold on. In the fourth quarter, it was Kemba Walker and Karl Anthony Towns. Tell me, did Kemba Walker take him off the dribble? No, he did not. Because he doesn't have that kind of speed right now. That's okay. I'm not getting mad at him about it. What I'm saying is, you're not going to rely on that. And when he does get in there in the lane, he's too small. He has to kick it out.
He did have a layup against them. He drove.
Yeah, okay. But you're not going to rely on that, because A lot of what Kemba gets comes off of Julius Randle. A lot of what Evan Fournier gets comes off of Julius Randle, too. The issue is Julius Randle's not stable enough to knock down. I don't want to say stable enough. He's not good at knocking down those clutch free throws. Right? That's the issue. And so you find yourself in a conundrum because he's the best player you got that can create a shot. But he can't hit those free throws, so it's a tough situation. But I do agree with Tony. Find a way to have the ball. You know, if you can find a game, a two-way game that's going through Kemba and Fournier, if that's who you got in the game, or your best free throw shooters, maybe you can. But these guys aren't going one-on-one, and when defenses get tight down the stretch, you got to have a guy that can find his way to the cup or find a way to get a shot. It's a difficult situation. I don't know what's right or what's wrong. You know what I mean? It's a difficult one. Go ahead, Josh.
I disagree with Tony here. Julius Randle and RJ Barrett are the Knicks' best two playmakers on the floor. Everything that for the Knicks, this current team, the offense has to get run through them. Then that's going to set up Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, right? But it can't be Kemba Walker trying to go one-on-one, trying to create, because Kemba Walker is not the best playmaker on this team. I'm sorry, he's just not. And I understand that RJ had 7 turnovers and Randall's kind of unstable, but in order for this next team to win and be successful, the offense has to run through Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, not Kemba Walker creating and trying to do something for other people, because he's not that kind of guy. I've said this on numerous occasions. Like, Kemba Walker is a point guard who, yeah, he needs the ball in his hands to be effective, but he's not playmaking, setting up things for other people. That's not his game.
Can I clarify what I was saying? When I say down the stretch, I'm not talking about like the last 3 minutes. I'm talking about the important plays down the stretch, individual plays that are important, where Kemba can work a pick and roll, pick and pop. Let him make that decision. That's what he does. That's what he does at his best. So you can't. And Fournier, I mean, when I say he's been in that role, he did it in France. He's done it for the Magic.
That's not his role on this team, Tony. That's not his role on this team.
It doesn't have to be.
Evan Fournier is a third player on this team. The offense needs to run through Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. That's how we're effective. That's how we want to perform.
Listen, they could run the offense all game long. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter. I'm saying when we need a bucket down the stretch or a big play, or it's going to boil down to some free throws, it's too risky. And not for nothing, I'm the last guy to bash Randle. I've been defending him forever. I was the guy saying, y'all going to owe him an apology prior to him playing as well as he did last year. So I'm just coming to the realization that this free throw thing is serious. And think about it. When he has the ball down the stretch, he don't even go to the basket. And it's always a shot, a three or a step back two. It's never going to the basket. He's scared. It's affecting his game.
Tony, the point is, you're not putting the ball in Kemba Walker's hands and Evan Fournier's hands and expecting them to create. That's not who they are on the team.
But look,
hold on, John.
You're putting words in my mouth. I didn't say anything about putting it in their hands and they creating. I'm saying clutch moments.
You just put Kemba Walker in a pick and roll.
Yes. Not the whole game. Not the whole game.
Tony, you set down the stretch of the game, put the ball in Kemba Walker's hands in a pick and roll situation so he can create. I'm telling you, that's not going to work. You have to put it in Julius Randle's hands or RJ Barrett's hands and let the team create off of them. They're the best two playmakers on the team, not Kemba Walker. I'm sorry to tell you.
It's not working.
Not in the clutch.
It's not working.
Not in the clutch.
It's not working in the clutch.
Not in the clutch.
You're telling me that's
a different game.
I mean, we had one shot. RJ Barrett made one shot off the backboard in the clutch. It's not working in the clutch.
I'm talking about playmaking. I'm not talking about them taking the last shot. I'm talking about the offense being created, designed around them, the double teams that they draw and the offense that they create for other people. I'm not talking about them taking the last shot.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is, when it comes down to those moments where you need a bucket, they're not really getting. I mean, RJ's made a few over the past few games. Julius Randle has struggled, and especially when it comes to getting to the free throw line. When it came down the stretch of this game, this last shot, I said to my daughter, We either need Kemba or Evan Fournier with the ball because I do not trust Randall or RJ because there's a good chance they get fouled. Evan Fournier didn't get fouled. Minnesota played good defense, but I didn't trust them. I didn't trust them. When Julius Randle went to when he went to the basket and he passed it out to Alec Burks, he was upset that the referee blew the whistle. And I could see when he went to the line that he wasn't confident. He missed the first one. And if you looked in his eyes, the camera did a face shot on him. If you looked in his eyes, you could tell that he was scared to death that he was going to miss that second free throw. He made it, but he was scared to death. I agree with Tony. It is affecting his game. I think he knows that every time I go to the line down the stretch, I'm going 1 for 2, 1 for 2, 1 for 2. And because of that, I feel like he may not play as aggressive. He may try to shoot fadeaway jump shots because he does not want to go to the line.
If we're depending on Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier to be our main playmakers down the stretch, we're not going to win many games.
But hold on, Josh. But Josh, hold on, Josh, because you're just – I don't think you understand that because, fam, and I hate to use this cliche about the definition of insanity. I hate that cliche. But how many times have we got – like, let's be real. Since RJ and Randall's been our two go-to guys, in the clutch moments, they haven't delivered. Literally one. And it was RJ Barrett this year heading that shot against the Celtics.
Well, Julius Randle delivered last year.
Well, it's not about taking the last shot. It's not about those guys taking the last shot. That's what you're not understanding. I'm talking about using those two to play make, to create. That's what we're talking about.
We use RJ today. RJ, look, if you want to be with RJ, threw the goddamn ball across the half court, and Patrick Beverly picked it off. That was dumb as hell. Did that the playmaker we talking about?
But see, this
he's trying to make a play.
But this is where I'm at with it, Josh. This is where I'm at with it. When you start to get down to, let's go even below the last 2 minutes. When you start to get down to that 1 minute, normally there's not a lot of plays to be made. You're getting the ball to who's going to take the shot. You know what I'm saying? Because the defense is too tight. The ref is letting things go. There's a lot of pulling and clawing and scratching and bumping. You're jamming all the cutters. Like, you can't even get – it's very rare that you find someone who's, like, wide open, cut to the basket or something like that. It's because the defense gets so tight. That's the reason why you see these star players end up getting the ball in the mid-post and going one-on-one, and everyone else clearing out.
I think Josh is correct for the most part, but when it comes to teams that do a good job against us on defense for the whole game, like how Minnesota did, we fought back, beating our matchups, not creating matches necessarily. Like, people were attacking the basket, yes, and we were making shots, and Evan Fournier got hot. And Julius has earned my trust at any point in the game time remaining.
Julius only a trust. What has he done?
I'm getting to it.
Who brought us back in this ball game? Who was one of the biggest factors of us coming back in this ball game?
Julius and Evan Fournier.
Kemba Walker.
Kemba Walker,
Evan Fournier. I'm not gonna say.
I see what Josh is saying though. Because
let's have him finish.
Wait.
Let's have him finish. Go ahead.
Josh is right, like 80% of the time, because most of the time our offense at this point now, we have guys who can beat their matchup, and we can get creative on offense, and we can create space for guys at any time in the game clock. But tonight against the Timberwolves, they were doing such a good job on defense against us. I feel like that is a situation like Tony is talking about, where you give it to Kemba or Fournier, and you let the guy we're gonna rely on getting the ball to bring it up, and then those other guys can try to get themselves open, and be a contingency plan, because we don't have much time to play with. Those guys know that you're either gonna go up and score or you're gonna dish it off. They're not gonna waste too much time trying to make a read or trying to look or trying to screen for somebody. and clock management is of the utmost importance in that moment. That's it.
I get it. I don't know.
It could sound as funny as it sounds, but if you look back and you watch it,
it's not that sorry.
If you look back, no. Hey, listen. Laugh at me all you want, player.
We're not laughing
at you, Savvy. You're laughing because you said Josh is right 80% of the time. And so I put a poll in the chat to find out if Josh is right 80% of the time. Yes or no?
Okay, sir.
No, I meant in terms of who's going to play and make down the stretch. But when teams do that good of a job on defense against us, I don't think it's a good idea because Julius does not want to get to the line, and RJ just wasn't doing well tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get to these super chats real quick. Butterbaby69 said, second game in a row, they came out slow. I don't know what kind of name you got, my man, but you're right. Second game in a row, they came out slow. You're right about that.
I'm so mad you read that out loud.
Then 19, I didn't even realize it until I started reading it. 1975 Jamrock, thank you for the super chat. He said Randall's still struggling with double teams. Yeah, I mean that's that's something that Randall does, and I think we know it, which is part of the reason why. It's part of the reason why you brought in Kemba and Fournier. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to hear your beard all night, Big Bubba. You gotta mute yourself.
They call Josh Immanuel Quickley.
But
why? I don't know.
No. I don't know, man. I don't know. Who do we play next? Who's on the schedule next? I'm checking out the schedule right now. It's another below 500 team. I know that, but I don't remember who it is. I'm pulling it up right now.
The Pelicans.
We play the Pelicans next. At home. We play the Pelicans. And then we play the Clippers, and this is when things are going to start to get real interesting. Listen, we play the Clippers. The Clippers are a team that they're not playing well right now, right? They're not playing good basketball. They're struggling. They lost their best players.
That means they're looking forward to us.
Yeah, that's true. They're looking forward to us, but hopefully this is a game that we can get this game against the New Orleans Pelicans, and then, we start on a tough stretch. And this is... The season is going to be made here.
And the Clips are tough.
The season is going to be made here.
They ain't going to fold up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Clips can have some mental endurance even through their struggle.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. You're right. I agree with you. But listen, after this Clippers game, it hits the fan, man. We play the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Miami Heat, the Milwaukee Bucks. We get a little break against the Kings. Then we play the Memphis Grizzlies, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Utah Jazz, the Denver Nuggets, the Golden State Warriors. This stretch right here is a tough one. We play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 playoff teams in 10 games. 8 playoff teams in 10 games. And then we play the Trailblazers in OKC. Then we come back and play Brooklyn, Miami, Philadelphia, Phoenix, and then the Clippers again. So this right here, this next month and a half, this makes or breaks our season. Josh, would you agree with that? This next month and a half makes or breaks our season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a tough stretch of games, but just like last season, we said the same thing about that stretch of games that the Knicks won 10 games in a row, right? I'm not saying that the Knicks are going to win 10 games in a row right now, but of course, there's going to come a point in the season where the Knicks are going to have to turn up, or they're going to have to, or they're going to lose, and that's going to basically define our season and where we're finished, right? To me, I still think the Knicks are a playoff team, right? Whether it be play-in or whether it be, making one of the top 6 or what have you, right? I think the Knicks are still in contention for that. Think about it. The Timberwolves they have 22 wins on the season, right? And I think they're up to 6th in the Western Conference. Mm-hmm. The Knicks have 22 wins and they're 10th, right? So
that just tells you the East is better this year.
Yeah, I was about to say that before you cut me off. But yeah, so the East is much more competitive, right? So the Knicks can definitely, a couple games here and there can get the Knicks into that top 6. A couple games here and there can get them to the bottom of the conference. So I think it's definitely an important stretch. I'm not saying the Knicks need to win 10 games in a row, but we definitely need to win more than we lose, and hope that some other teams also take a.
I know you didn't just say that. I know you didn't say we got to win more than we lose. Really?
Sam, hit the button again, please. Hit the button.
No. What do you mean? He literally just said the most obvious crap we ever had to know. We gotta win more than we lose. Really?
I was trying to say that we don't. I'm trying to say that we don't need to have a 10-game winning streak.
With you, Charles.
Yeah, hit the button again, Sam, for him.
Yeah, for real. Come on. You keep butting in, man. You keep butting in. Tony, I'm gonna wait till I come around to Charles because you keep butting in there and saying some junk. What's your thoughts on this this upcoming schedule?
It's to make a break for real. Make a break. I mean, we'll either be discussing potential seeding. We'll be hoping to still make the play-in, or it'll be draft prospects, or what can we do? Or what can we do with all these picks to bring somebody here? That's the three options in my brain.
So the Boston Celtics, Denver Nuggets, and the San Antonio Spurs are making a three-way trade. I don't know who that trade is for. That includes
Wolfsbaum.
Yeah, that includes Hernan Gomez, Brent Forbes to Denver, Bol, and PJ Dozier to the Celtics.
Who the Celtics giving up?
I don't know. I guess
they had trade exceptions too, right?
Guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out. I'll keep tabs so I can see what's going on.
Speaking of trades.
Yeah, go ahead, Savvy. I want to find out what your thoughts on this upcoming stretch, and then you can go ahead into it.
On this upcoming stretch, man, first of all, the one game I want more than anything against the Miami Heat, right? Because I live down here, number one. Number two, that's on my birthday, and I'm going to be at the game. We'll link up with Gavin from Duval, you know what I mean? And we're going to watch our Knicks defeat the Miami Heat in that arena, FTX, American Airlines, whatever you want to call it. I'm speaking it into existence right now. I believe that we will have a good rhythm going into that game. And even if we lose to the teams that we play immediately beforehand, I believe that the attitude problem that we have going into that game will see us through. All right. So that's the one I'm going to call for us. I want to blow out the Pelicans in this next game. That's the game I want us to dominate. Okay. I want us to beat the Clippers. The Cavaliers could give us a problem.
Cavaliers could.
I think there's some favorable matchups there, but they've been rolling. They've been really rolling. So basketball to me is one part talent, second part matchups. Okay, there could be a better team, but if we match up well, we can still get them. Okay, so we gotta be real on our A game against the Cavs, but I think we're gonna lose most of these games.
That man hurting people's heart.
Between now and the 10th, I think I do think we lose most of these games. Okay, but the Bucks are still checkable.
Okay,
so
big bus. Your thoughts on these games, man?
Yeah, I agree with you, son. This is the make or break part. This is literally the make or break of the season. Like Tony said, we're either going to be talking about the Knicks potentially being in the play-in or top 6 seed, or we're going to be looking at draft prospects by March. We're going to really be looking at March Madness. Yeah, man. Look, it's kind of frustrating because we're already we're more than halfway through the season, and I don't want to be the negative person. I don't want to be that person, but this team just is up and down. It's mediocre so far. We go on a couple game win streak, and we feel like we finally turned the corner. Then we'll lose a couple, and then it's like we're back to square one. But I still got faith in this team. I still feel like RJ is still in a good spot. I mean, again, like we put the ball in his hands, he's going to get more turnovers. Randall has been playing better. Evan Fournier has been playing better. Hopefully, we get D Rose back, get Cam, get into this mixture. Maybe Noel can stay healthy for more than one game after another knee injury, and we can make a push because I feel like we need these guys because, like you said, this stretch, man, it's.
Yeah. Well,
Savvy, I don't know.
I'm not ready.
The Cavs are freaking.
Yeah, I'm not ready to say we haven't turned the corner. Right? Because even teams that are good lose 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
No, of course, but I just feel like, but you know what it is to me, Simmons, is this year we still don't know what this team is.
Right. I mean,
and we're literally,
halfway. Coming into the game versus Charlotte, right? We had won 8 of 12. And, it didn't feel like we won 8 of 12 because, there's been so much going on and people complaining about this and blaming it on this guy, that guy, or whoever. You know what I mean? Trades happening and all of this. But we had won 8 of 12. We lose 2 in a row.
And I disagree. I know what this team is.
Well,
I know exactly what this team is.
I mean, but look, we lose 2 in a row. It doesn't mean that we haven't turned the corner yet. We got to see how they respond because they could come back and win 3, 4 in a row. Right? So we got to see how they respond. The facts are, right now over the last, over the last how many games? I don't know, 15 games, they got to win a record. Maybe not by much, but they got one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so let's see how they can. Let's see how they respond from here. Can they turn around and say, okay, get a couple of wins in a row? Let's see how they respond from here. Because even your best teams are going to lose 2 in a row, 3 in a row.
Yeah, of course. Of course. But to me, it's like, it's not okay. It's like the Warriors lose because the Warriors just came through a bad stretch of basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just came through a bad struggle. But here's the difference between the Knicks. Again, I know this is comparing a championship caliber team, but they know who they are.
But they're the best to a team that's not the best.
No, but they know who they are. Like the Memphis Grizzlies know who they are. The Cavs
Who are the Memphis Grizzlies?
They're a young scrappy. Oh, don't do that because they're a young scrappy team that's going to play hard. They got they got dogs on that team who drafted really well, which we could have.
It's funny how Isaiah comes on here and gives all these credits to all these Western Conference teams, right? They're so big, high and mighty. Like, you love those teams. You want the Knicks to be those teams. Like, who are the Grizzlies? Like, what are they building? What are the Grizzlies building?
Are you serious right now, Joe?
Yes. I'm calling you out. What are the Grizzlies building?
You don't see what they're building?
Okay, how about this? What are the Grizzlies building that the Knicks are not?
Josh. Bro, they got a young stud in John Moran who's looking like a future MVP. They got Desmond bringing a great high energy. He's an above role player. You got Steven Adams, the veteran, the center. They're playing hard defense. They're blowing out all these teams. They're beating the Warriors. They're beating the Bucks. They're beating the Bulls. Blowing all these the top East.
The Mavericks beat them the other day. You asked
me to ask you a question. Fam, don't try to use the Memphis Grizzlies like they're not a young team, which we could have been. We could have been them if we drafted correctly. I'm putting that out there because they. What?
We couldn't draft Ja. He got drafted.
No, you couldn't draft. No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't draft him, but you could have had. I don't want to go there about who we could have drafted.
You could have had who? Go ahead.
Desmond Bain.
Huh?
Hold on, Stabby. Let him answer. Hold on, Stabby. Go ahead.
You could have had who?
Who we could have drafted?
Yeah.
I mean, he could have drafted Mikal Bridges. He could have drafted SGA. You could have drafted Desmond Bain. You could have drafted.
But you do realize for everyone that you could have and would have drafted, you probably don't have another player that's on this team. So like for example.
So wait, hold on.
For example.
So you tell me Mikal Bridges isn't. Okay, go.
Would you listen? For example, you could have got Miles Bridges. If you would have got Miles Bridges and he would have been playing, you probably wouldn't have had Julius Randle. Right?
Oh, okay.
Right?
You could have had Mikal Bridges.
Could you listen? Let me finish. Right? Maybe you do have Mikal Bridges, and then maybe you don't have someone else that's on this team. Whatever happens, it doesn't mean that this team was going to be the Memphis Grizzlies.
So why? So
that's all I'm saying.
My whole thing. Hold on, but
let's not go back to people are gonna continuously go back. You could have had this.
But no, Josh asked me this question about who are the Memphis Grizzlies and what are they, but Josh is asking me who are the Memphis Grizzlies and what are the better. Number 4. Hold on, let me check what their.
A better question is what have they done?
What are y'all talking? Okay, yeah, because y'all just trying to.
No, because it's funny. You come on here and you big up the Memphis Grizzlies.
So the Memphis Grizzlies are third in the Western Conference right now, just behind the Warriors and the Phoenix Suns. Two teams.
Oh, so you believe in them? You believe in them? They going to the Western Conference Finals?
You don't know that. Hold on. No.
I think that's the whole point, Isaiah. We don't know who they are.
Hold on. Stop.
We don't know who they are.
Because nobody thought the Atlanta Hawks were going to do that last year. So don't say don't say because they're young they don't know what to do. Fam, young teams go to
anything like that.
No, but you're applying that. You were applying that.
No, you're not listening. You're not listening.
How, bro? You just said. Oh, you think they're going to go to the West? Why? Why can't they go?
Listen. Last year, you said the Phoenix Suns weren't going to go because they weren't going to beat the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns win. What I'm telling you is, you come on here bigging up all these other teams except the Knicks. When the Knicks lose, you big and proud. Like the Knicks should be that team.
You get big and proud when RJ doesn't play good. You get big and proud.
No, it's not, because we need RJ. We need RJ back to do one off for us to win. You think I'm happy RJ had 7 turnovers today? Just to prove my point, I don't have an ego. Right? The point is, you come on here and you big up all these other teams. Oh, the Memphis Grizzlies this, the Memphis Grizzlies that. To me, the Knicks are in a better position than the Memphis Grizzlies. You know why? Because they can go out and get better. I like the young talent the Knicks have right now. I'm sticking with the Knicks. I like who the Knicks have.
You act like I'm not sticking with the Knicks. Hold on, Josh. You act like I'm not sticking with the Knicks. All I'm saying.
Timestamp this. Timestamp this.
Hold on. But Josh, you're trying to say that I'm not trying to big up the Knicks. I love the Knicks to death. But I'm saying the Memphis Grizzlies are better than us. They're ahead of us.
Right now.
Look, hold on. Player for player, who got a better team?
Oh boy.
Right now, the Memphis
Grizzlies are better than
us because right now, the Memphis Grizzlies are better than us right now. But I'm looking at what the Knicks are going to do in the future. No free agent's going to go to Memphis. I'm sorry to tell you.
Hold on. How do you know that?
Who went there before?
That's before. That's the past. Hold on. Josh, hold on. Josh, do we really want to do this? Because we want to be technical. Yeah. How many times do the Knicks, every season we go, we're waiting for the next free agent. That free agent going to come to the Knicks. They ain't never come.
Exactly. Julius Randle signed a deal here, and he signed an extension here.
Julius Randle's not a star. Stop doing that, bro. He's not a star.
I never said
NBA last year.
Guess what? Who's going?
He did it one time. Can he do it again?
Who's signing an agreement to go to Memphis?
Anyway, listen. The Memphis Grizzlies,
about, bro? They're better than us.
Okay,
they have a young nucleus core. John Morant's going to be a future MVP if he doesn't get hurt.
Okay,
what are we talking? Is anybody on the Knicks going to be a future MVP?
Listen, it's all good. The Memphis Grizzlies, cool. I don't care about the Memphis Grizzlies. I really don't. I could care less what other team is this good or that good. I only care about what we're trying to do, what we're trying to figure out. And what I'm saying is, we just won 8 of 12. We lost 2 in a row. We don't know if they've turned the corner yet, because the best teams in the league lose 2 in a row. That's all I'm saying. That's all I was saying to you, Big Bubba. That's all I was saying to you. The difference to you is that, we had come off of, we're up and down, this and that, and the third. My thing is, if you go back and look, we had won 8 of 12. There is no doubt about it. We lost 2 in a row, coming off of winning 8 of 12. You don't know yet. Maybe we still have turned the corner. Maybe we haven't. But I'm not going to speak as if we haven't. I want to see how we respond. That's what I'm saying.
But Sam, I feel like I missed my point. Is that what I was trying to say was that when the Knicks lose 2, again, this team has been up and down. Like, if we go by what Bill Parcells has always said, we are what your record says you are. We are below 500 team that has just been teetering this whole season. on being mediocre. We've been mediocre this whole season. We've gone through stretches when we started 5-1, and then we completely S the bed, and we have been up and down ever since. We just win some, lose some. We'll go on a 2-game whistle. We'll feel good. We'll come on here. We'll feel great. We'll be like, the Knicks are turning the corner. Randall's probably playing good. And then what do? We come back, lose 3 more. We look like crap. Then come back, win 2 more. Fam, what are we doing?
But what I'm saying to you is,
one more than halfway through.
What I'm saying to you,
like, when are we gonna figure it out?
What I'm saying to you is that we had just won 8 of 12. 8 games.
So okay, we won 8 games, but we're still below 500. We're 22 and 23. What does that do? What is that doing?
Listen.
We're not even in the play.
No, but you're not listening to me. You said you win 2 and then you lose 2, then you win 2 and lose 2. We had won 8 of 12. That's not win 2, lose 2. That's 8 games in 12. That's 8 wins in 12 games. That's 8 and 4. Okay, we lost 2. Now let's see, can we go 8 and 12 again? That's what I'm saying. Instead of automatically saying, no, they didn't turn the corner. How about, well, let's see how they respond. Because a team that turns the corner can respond to some adversity.
And not to mention, you're acting as if the Knicks aren't building something right now. They have a future. To me, the Knicks have a future. I like the direction where this team is going right now. You may not like it because the Knicks don't have who you wanted them to draft, but I'm comfortable with the Knicks in their position right now, with the young players that we have, and the amount of assets that we can go out to get better. I feel like the Knicks are in a big picture, a better position than the Memphis Grizzlies.
I'm not going to go to the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not going to do that with you again because
Josh is talking about our upside. We got more upside than Memphis to Josh. But you're saying right now. No, but you're saying right now they're better, and they are.
So we just signed. Okay, all right. Do I have to be? Wait, hold on. But do I have to put this in? Okay, we signed. Okay, we extended Julius Randle, right? We have Julius Randle who's going to be with us, hopefully until he's 26, 27 right now.
What do you mean, hopefully? It doesn't have to be hopefully. We can trade him. He's a tradable asset.
You sure about that?
Yes. His contract is not that much. It's team friendly. A contender will take Julius Randle's contract if they feel like he's the missing piece.
So the way he's playing this season, you think somebody's going to say he's a missing piece?
I said in the future, Isaiah. It doesn't have to be right now. You think right now. I'm thinking long term.
You're expecting him to play good. Because he's gotten one All NBA through his 7 seasons in the NBA so far. So we're expecting that a guy that's going to be Agent Moore with a contract of over $20-something million to be a missing piece that we can trade to gain the access to make us better.
The point that I'm trying to make to is the Knicks have a lot of flexible assets where they can go out and get better. And they have draft picks. They can always improve. For me, the Memphis, it's hard for me to envision Memphis being better than what they are right now if they can't go out and get a free agent or do something like that. And I feel like the Knicks are in a better position to go out and deal. Right now, hold on. Right now, the Grizzlies may be better than the Knicks. Right now, during this season. But 2-3 years from now, I can't say the same thing about the Grizzlies. 2-3 years from now, the Knicks, I can bet that the Knicks are going to be better than what they are right now.
Why? Because you're saying that because
hold on. Because of the assets that they have, the flexibility that they have, and the young players that they have. That's what I'm saying. They don't have to be on Ja Morant's level. But I'm betting that the Knicks and their front office can do a lot with that team than what the Grizzlies can do. Period.
Would you rather play with Ja Morant or Julius Randle?
I would rather play with Ja Morant, but that's not the point. You're not listening. It's not just about one player. It's about building a team.
Yeah, I mean, no, it kind of is about one player because, that's how certain teams get together, If it wasn't for Dwayne Wade, LeBron would have went to the Heat. That was one player.
At least we have until the 10th of next month to make a trade for...
Bro, why do you think... Wait, hold on.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, hold on. So
no. We're gonna end this right here because I'm tired of talking about Memphis. Right?
Why do you always end it with me, friend?
I'm tired of talking about Memphis. I don't want to talk about Memphis anymore. I don't care about Memphis. I don't care about the Grizzlies. If I go to Memphis, I just want some barbecue. I'm not even going to a Grizzlies game. All right?
Steven Adams picked that man up like he was a baby.
I don't care. You know what I mean? All I care about is what the Knicks are doing. And I'm hoping that listen, they got the New Orleans Pelicans on Thursday. I want to take care of business there. The Clippers come to town, take care of business there. And then start taking care of the business on this tough stretch that's going to be coming up. And we're going to need all hands on deck to take care of business. You know what I'm saying? If we want to be in the playoffs, this is the time to do it. That's all I care about is this upcoming stretch of basketball. You know what I'm saying? The Memphis Grizzlies, cool. I'm glad they're good. I hope they do what they can do. I only care about what the New York Knicks are doing. That's it. That's it.
Yo,
That's it.
We have the funniest fan base. They cutting up in this chat, bro.
I know they bugging out. I know they bugging out in this chat, man.
Yeah,
I know they bugging out in this chat.
Nothing but Grizzlies. That's hilarious. Nothing but Grizzlies.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? I know they're bugging out in this chat. Big shout out to Ayub, man. He said, RJ can't tie Ant-Man's shoes. He's different. You know, Anthony
Okay,
Edwards.
Ayub. All right, buddy.
I like
We'll
Anthony
see.
Edwards. He's good. You know, I mean, he
I like Edwards too, but
he's good.
but
I
come
like
on,
Anthony
son.
Edwards. You know what I mean?
Come on, son.
You know, I
What
don't
he
know.
doing in the second half? Nothing.
I know. Somewhere, listen, you know what? No wonder why the Memphis Grizzlies was in my chat before. You know what I'm saying? I remember they came in the chat. They probably know Big Bubba, you know, is trying to move to Memphis. I don't know.
Memphis is actually pretty nice, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was your big
Go to
news the other
Memphis.
night?
Yeah, that was your big news the other night? That was that life-changing news that you had when you was on the phone?
He got some Memphis cut.
Y'all gotta stop. He doing too much, man.
Doing what? Who doing too much? You know, all we said is you moving to Memphis. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm up out of here. I appreciate your time. You know, man, I don't know how much we got accomplished tonight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we got anything accomplished tonight. I promise you the next show will be more under control. You know what I mean? But let me go around and get some last words anyway. Tony, you got some last words for us?
Sam, I appreciate this show, to be honest. Tonight, I think we needed this as Knicks fans,
right?
To just kind of vent and let some things out. We should do this like once a month, you know.
There's a Royal Rumble, whatever it is.
Royal Rumble, you know, let everything out, you know. It's kind of that's what I was trying to do with Knicks and Bruises when we, you know, we were so bad. Just release some of that negative energy and then focus on the positive in the future. So I enjoyed tonight.
Yeah,
man,
I know.
Shout out to the chat.
I know who's Marcus somewhere is sitting in the background, you know, sitting back chilling. He loved this. He loves this. I'll tell you that. Uncle Fulio.
That's his element right here.
For real. Uncle Fulio.
That's hilarious.
So, as most of y'all know, I drove to Atlanta to watch the game this past weekend, and there was a big storm that came. I was leaving the game that came into the area, like one of the craziest storms that this area has had in a long time, in the Carolinas, Georgia, and I drove back through it, right? So basically that whole rant with Isaiah was just to double down on the fact that you can never question my loyalty to the New York Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan first and foremost. I can be wrong. Well, I never said you did, so you're not listening.
I'm glad you're alive, man.
I never said you did. What I'm trying to reiterate to the people and let the people know, like, we need RJ Barrett to do well. I don't want to come on here and make it sound like I'm criticizing RJ Barrett, but I just need Knicks fans to understand that you can't have a double standard, right? You know, RJ Barrett and Julius Randle are our best players, and we need both of them to play well in order for this team to do well. When they don't play well, we don't win. So, you know, people can hate RJ Barrett. Julius Randle, all y'all want. I'm still going to support him, and I'm going to support RJ, and I'm going to support the New York Knicks 100% of the time. I drove through that snow for them. My car is all messed up, but I'm still here, and I'm always going to be a Knicks fan. So, bing bong.
All right.
I'm glad you're alive, family.
Isaiah.
Thank you.
Big Bus.
Oh man, first and foremost, on a serious note, I am glad you're okay, Joe. Thank God that you're good.
I know how to drive in snow, not like these people down here.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go. People in the South cannot drive. Yo, they be scared about 1 inch of snow. I'm like, fam, yeah, I can't survive up here. Look, man, you know, it was a good show. Good, you know, back and forth with me and Josh. I won, as always. But you know, ain't nothing but a little straight in it. But that's how I just want to say that. Look, man, I think we're all just frustrated, man, because you know we see what this team can be, and I do agree with you, Josh, that I do see the Knicks with a bright future. The Knicks do have a bright future. We got Cam, we got RJ, we got picks, we got assets. We can make big trades. We can do things. We can get a point guard. We can get the Trade Bo to Memphis. First of all, this brother can't put his picture back up because I'm about to get it.
Oh,
you only the dude. Never mind. He put too much filters on that picture right there. Anyways,
it's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon. Oh
yeah,
crap! Oh, dang, not my job.
You thought that was some good retouch, huh?
That was a good retouch. No, but nah, man. Look, I think we're just all frustrated because again, right? This season we can all agree that this season hasn't been the best that we thought it would be. I think we're all disappointed about, just between the free agents that we got and we thought the experience in the playoffs and just the season that we had last year that the Knicks would be better than this. We would be better than floating around 500 around this time. We thought we would be competing more for like a top 6 seed. But
we are.
We're 11th, bro. Like we're 11th. But to great, we're still fighting. This team's still searching for an identity more than half the season. And listen, we're gonna have to live and die with RJ and Randall as the two top guys. And RJ has been getting better, so that's a good positive. But hey, man, we still got games left, and we still got a chance. So let's do it. And Tony's sleep, so that means it's time to go.
Yeah, I mean, we're like 4 games out of the 6th seed right now. That's not an impossible feat, especially in today's NBA. Hold on.
But so when we say this, right? When we say this, I'm not trying to be because I don't want this whole narrative like it was last year. I was a negative Knicks fan. So when we say this, we're banking on the Cavs to start losing. We're banking on the Hornets to start losing. We're banking on all these other teams to start losing when they're not losing.
Banking on the Knicks start winning.
They don't have to start losing.
But hold on, Tony, we have to start. First of all, winning,
the Cavs.
And those teams have to start losing.
The Cavs are in the 4th seed. We're not talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're talking about the Philadelphia 76ers, who are 25-18. The Knicks are 5 games in the loss column behind them. Yes, the Philadelphia 76ers can lose 5 more games or, go on a 5-game losing streak. We've seen it happen already to multiple teams throughout the league. All I'm saying is we're 4 games out of the 6th seed. It's not something that's impossible. All the other teams above us, Boston, 23-22. The Raptors, 21-20. The Wizards, 23-21. What I'm saying is you're right there within an earshot. So when Josh says we are fighting for a 6th seed, yes, they are. They are.
Okay. I don't want this narrative of me to be the negative Knicks fan. So,
no, it's not about being a negative. It's about being objective and actually looking at the information and say, okay, we're within an earshot. Can we put together a run? If the Knicks win 5, 6 in a row, they're right there in that 6th seed or fighting for that 6th seed. Right there.
The East is crazy.
That's all. That's all we're saying. Don't count them out.
Okay.
We ain't nobody. It's not time to count them out. It's not time to count them out. They still got a lot of battling to do. We're gonna see what happens over this next month and a half. That's gonna tell you the story. Go ahead, Savvy.
Real quick, I just want to say that just now when Josh said, "Don't ever question my loyalty," it reminded me of the Kevin Hart skit on the end of Ali Boumaier on the Jesus Peace album, where he was like, "Don't never question my religion," because he had the big Jesus Peace chain on.
I got my Jesus Peace.
I got my Jesus Peace. Oh wait, here come Kanye. I'm gonna hide this. You know what I'm saying? But I always gotta do some hip hop. Salute to Fulio. Salute to Tone Crow. Salute to Sim. Salute to Zay. Salute to the chat. We got the funniest fan base in all of Knicks content creation, and I really love y'all. In an effort to be a little bit constructive, all right. Earlier, when I said we were going to lose most of those games, I was looking at the teams, but I didn't look at whether they were home or away. There's a lot of away games in that stretch. That kind of tips the scales in our favor because you know who the New York Raiders are. Okay, we come up in your house and beat you, so we could probably take 6 of them games. Okay, so I want to say that. And earlier I said I know who this team is. This team is the team that when we're firing on all cylinders, we can beat anybody. But even the team that we should easily wipe the floor with, if we get in our own way and beat ourselves, we can get checked by anybody as well. And that's the thing I want to say about the rest of the league. Any team can lose a game. Any game. Any team could get got. Any team can go cold and go on a losing streak. The East is still in our reach. We can make this run. New York Knicks, let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it. Anyway, we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Josh, the poll. Is Josh right 80% of the time? 32% said yes. And 68% said no. That's actually a pretty high percentage, though. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
That's a pretty high percentage. 32% said right.
Oh, my God.
They took it out of context what I was saying, but...
194 votes. 194 votes. Next time we're gonna turn that around and ask if Big Bubba is right 80% of the time.
It's gotta be like 40-something people who think you're right 80% of the time.
This is ridiculous. We're really gonna say, yo, Sim, you just want to see me fall. Josh is right 32% of the time. Come on, fam.
Them only got one vote. The people voted, not him.
Yeah, I didn't vote anything.
My God.
They're voting. And 33%.
How much is Josh paying? Please tell me.
33% say that he's right 80%. Hey, that's a pretty high percentage.
He's not paying me anything. I was just talking about that point he made about the ball.
Lord,
what are you mad about, Zay? First of all, where's cooking with Chef Zay at? I haven't seen you cook anything since we lost in the first round of the playoffs.
I'm glad you said that, because guess what? I'm saying it right now. PBL is coming back in 2 weeks. We're gonna be talking about
the Giants are horrible. I can't look at that. I'm sorry.
Somebody said 32% or 33% or whatever is low statistically. But if you look at the NBA, shooting 38% from the three-point line is pretty good.
And 62% that voted against me think I'm right 100% of the time. Thank you very much.
Y'all crazy.
Anyway, we out of here.
I gotta give you credit for that one. That was a good one.
We out, ladies and gentlemen.
Crazy, man.
Catch y'all next time. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.